Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're peeling back the layers of a really captivating age-old tale. It's one that, despite its ancient roots, surprisingly holds some incredibly sharp and relevant lessons for our modern lives.
Absolutely. We're doing a deep dive into the sister's fate, a tale of choices. It's this powerful narrative that takes us to Sulaymaniyah in Iraq.
Okay.
And you have to picture this scene, a humble, sort of raw mud brick house. Inside, there's an old woman and her 3 daughters who are just exceptionally beautiful.
Legendary beauty, right? Like people talked about it.
Oh, definitely. Talked about far and wide. Astonishing beauty. But this isn't just about looks. The story kicks off with a conflict, almost a bit comical, actually.
Ah, the conflict. Sounds like typical sibling stuff, but maybe cranked up a bit.
Exactly. These sisters were constantly arguing, like all the time, about who was the most beautiful. The youngest would say, "It's me."
Ah.
The middle sister would jump in, "No one compares to me." And then the eldest would just kind of dismiss them both, saying she was completely peerless.
Wow. So right off the bat, that tells you a lot about where their heads were at, doesn't it?
It really does. It sets up their vanity perfectly. Their whole identity seems wrapped up in this external beauty. And this daily bickering finally pushes their poor mother to make a big decision.
Which was time to get them married, arrange their marriages. And that's really where our deep dive picks up.
Gotcha.
So our mission today is to unpack how each sister's choices, driven by really different values, or maybe, a lack of solid values, how those choices sealed their fates.
Right. And exploring what the story teaches about like real success, happiness versus just appearances.
Exactly, the deceptive nature of appearances.
Okay, let's unpack this fascinating narrative and see what nuggets of wisdom it holds for us. So the mother, she's had enough of the squabbling. She tells the whole village, basically, "My beautiful daughters need husbands. Line up."
Pretty much. And sure enough, 3 suitors show up. This is the real test, right? This is where their values get put on display.
Okay, who's first? The first guy presented. A poor laborer, dressed in rags, looked like he had absolutely nothing. The mother brings him to the eldest daughter first, asks if she'll marry him.
And her reaction, I can only imagine.
She just bursts out laughing, calls him a beggar, demands her mother get him out of there. "Are you serious, mother? Marry this beggar. Get him away."
Ouch, that's harsh. Total dismissal.
Very strong reaction, yeah. So the mother then takes the laborer to the middle sister. Same question.
And she?
Also angry, rejects him immediately. "Where am I and where is this fakir?" She says, fakir meaning like a poor man, maybe a beggar. "Get him out of my sight."
So 2 down. Things aren't looking good for this poor guy.
Not at all. But then, just as he's about to leave, the mother sort of pauses. Hesitantly, she asks her youngest daughter.
Okay.
She asks very timidly, warning her, "Look, he has nothing, no food, no drink, no home. Will you marry him?"
And the youngest.
Without missing a beat, she just says, "Yes, mother, I will marry him."
Wow. Just like that. After seeing her sisters react so badly. And the mother's warning.
Just like that. It's a huge leap of faith, right? It suggests something fundamentally different about her from the get-go.
Yeah, it really does. Like she wasn't looking at the surface stuff.
Exactly. Her mother even says, "Don't be hasty. There are 2 more suitors." But the youngest insists, "No, this is the one I like."
Incredible. Okay, so suitor number 2 comes in.
Right. This one is clearly rich, expensive clothes, nice shoes, but his face, pretty ordinary, not handsome.
And he goes to the eldest first.
Yep. She takes one look, sees the fancy clothes, but then the ordinary face, declares him not good enough.
Still holding out for the whole package, huh? Rich and handsome.
Very specific criteria, very high. But the middle sister, she sees the expensive outfit, the shoes, immediately agrees. Tells her mother, "Yes, he's perfect for me. I just want a rich man so I can rule like a queen. All I want is wealth, wealth, wealth."
She actually said that. Rule like a queen.
Yep. Her mother tried to caution her, think about it, but nope. She was sold on the clothes and the idea of luxury. It's quite telling how she grabbed onto that specific image.
Definitely. Okay, final suitor, number 3.
And this guy, he apparently looked like a king, just radiated wealth and was incredibly handsome. Royal robes, the works.
Ah, so this must be the one for the eldest.
Bingo. She sees him, doesn't hesitate. "Yes, mother, this is the one. You brought the right match." Instantly captivated, he ticked both her boxes. Extreme wealth, extreme beauty.
Did the mother try to warn her again?
She did. Same caution. "Look again, daughter. Don't blame me later." But the eldest was completely smitten. "Yes, mother, I told you. Only him." It's like her vision was so fixed she just couldn't see past that first impression.
Wow. So choice is made. What happens next? Weddings.
Exactly. The old woman, probably relieved, but maybe a bit worried, sighs and says the weddings are tomorrow morning. The whole village is buzzing, totally excited, festive mood all around. Nobody knows the reality behind these guys, of course.
Right, they just see the surface. Okay, so wedding day arrives.
Big day. Villagers gather. The sisters look stunning. Red, green, blue bridal dresses. Just breathtaking. First up is the youngest sister's wedding. The one marrying the laborer.
Must have been pretty simple.
Very simple ceremony. The local quasi, that's like a judge or a religious official, does the honors, witnesses sign. She quietly says, I accept. People are definitely surprised, such a beauty marrying a laborer. But nobody says anything out loud.
Then the middle sister.
Her turn next, marrying the rich-looking but ordinary guy. Her face is just glowing like, see? I made the smart choice. Big smiles all around.
Okay. And finally, the eldest. The grand finale.
The grandest wedding, absolutely. Her groom, the king, uses special perfumes, speaks really softly, puts on this act of being humble. She's completely impressed, just keeps gazing at him afterwards, feeling like the luckiest woman alive, totally convinced she hit the jackpot.
So ceremonies are done, everyone eats, and they leave.
Yep. Guests leave. The mother has tearful goodbyes and blessings. But then the elder sisters, even in their supposed happiness, they can't resist one last dig at the youngest.
Oh no, what did they say?
The middle sister starts mocking her. Look what a poor man our sister chose. What a fool, marrying a laborer.
That's just mean.
And the eldest piles on, even worse. What's that poor man going to feed you? What clothes will he give you? Are you going to eat grass? You've lost your mind. Look at my husband. He's a king. He'll keep me like a queen.
Wow, just twisting the knife. How did the youngest react?
Amazingly, she just stood there, silent, took it all with patience, didn't say a word back.
That takes strength.
It really does. And then they all depart with their new husbands, each heading off towards what they think their new life will be, totally unaware of the massive differences waiting for them.
Okay, so let's follow them. The youngest sister with the laborer, where does she end up?
She arrives at a magnificent royal palace. Huge gates swing open, guards bow deeply. Inside, it's unbelievable. Precious carpets, waterfalls, gold and silver walls, amazing scents. She's just stunned.
Whoa, so he wasn't a laborer at all.
Well, she asks him, where are we? You were in rags. Whose palace net this? She's totally bewildered.
And what does he say?
He just smiles and says, I work here. Special service for the king. He gave me part of the palace to live in.
He's still keeping up the act, even now.
Yup, deliberately hiding the truth. She's confused, right? Thinking a laborer gets this, guards bowing to him. But somehow she feels a sense of peace. She gets royal clothes, jewels, maids waiting on her. But the full story is still hidden. He's testing her.
Okay. Meanwhile, the middle sister, the one who married Mr. Rich Clothes.
Oh, the contrast is brutal. She arrives at this dismal old mud brick house. It's in a poor, muddy part of town. She just stops dead, completely dismayed.
I bet, where's my mansion?
Exactly what she asks. What is this place? You said you had a mansion.
And his excuse.
He spins this story about it being temporary. Just for a few days, he says, while I finish building our grand mansion in the posh part of the city.
The classic, it's under construction line. Did she buy it?
She was definitely annoyed. But yeah, she kind of clings to it, consoles herself with the thought of being a mansion owner soon. It's interesting how much she wants to believe that promise, isn't it?
It really is. Okay, and the eldest. With her handsome prince. Where does he take her?
To a totally desolate, isolated spot. In the wilderness, just a tiny wooden hut there, forests all around, dead silent, eerie.
A wooden hut? Seriously?
Yeah.
After he looks like a king.
Seriously. She's furious, scared, shocked. Where have you brought me? She demands.
What's his story?
He smiles very confidently and claims he's a king's son, banished because of some mistake he made. But don't worry, palace coming soon. She'll live like a queen there.
Does she believe him?
She's suspicious, definitely, thinking a prince living here doesn't make sense. But he's so handsome, so confident, still has that royal air about him. It makes her her doubts, she thinks, well, why would such a prince lie? So she buys the lie, at least for now. It's that power of appearance again.
Absolutely. Okay, so a week goes by. How are things settling in? Any answers yet?
Questions are definitely piling up for all three. The youngest sister is living in luxury, but still confused. She sees servants, guards saluting her husband, calling him Huzor, like sir, a term of respect.
Right, not something you'd usually call a laborer.
Exactly. So she presses him. These clothes feel like a queen's. I feel like something's hidden. They kiss your hands, call you Huzor. That doesn't happen with laborers.
And he?
Still deflecting.
Still deflecting. Attributes it to luck, respect. Ask her to just be patient. He's playing the long game with this test, it seems.
A remarkable composure.
Hmm.
And her patience is incredible, too. What about the middle sister? Still waiting for the mansion.
Oh, yeah. And getting pretty miserable. The mud house is leaking now. She's
Yeah.
complaining constantly.
And he's still promising the mansion.
Still promising. Now it's just the electrical work left. She calls him out on it, sarcastically. Last week it was paint. Now electricity. What's next? The land vanished.
Huh. Good point.
But he just doubles down. Just 2 more days.
Mm.
And somehow she softens again. Gets happy thinking about telling her friends she lives in a mansion. It seems like the idea of wealth is more important than the reality she's living in.
That's quite something. And the eldest. Still in the hut. Still believing the banished prince story. Still in the hut. And she's pushing him, too. What's the delay with the palace? He says things like, oh, final stages, and my father's heart is still hard towards me. She notices he still wears his fancy royal clothes and perfume sometimes. He claims he saved them so she wouldn't feel belittled. She expresses doubt, says she's not sure, but she chooses to believe him, gives him a bit more time. Again, that vanity, that desire for royalty, lets her overlook the obvious signs.
It's like they're all caught in these webs, one of luxury and confusion, one of false hope, one of outright deception.
Exactly. They're all sort of living in denial in a way, letting
Right.
their core desires blind them. So another week passes. And this is it, the moment of truth. Fate takes a decisive turn.
Okay, I'm ready. What happens to the youngest?
She's resting in her amazing palace room. Suddenly, the royal vizier, the king's chief minister, arrives with soldiers. They bow respectfully. Queen, says the vizier, His Majesty the King summons you to court.
Queen. She must be completely bewildered now.
Totally. She protests, Queen, you're mistaken. But the vizier just smiles. No, madam, we are certain. His Majesty chose you. She doesn't get it, but she senses something huge is happening, so she lets them escort her.
To the court?
And she walks in and just stops breathing. The court is dazzling, brightly lit, hundreds of people. And there, on the high throne, sits the man she married, her laborer husband.
Whoa. It was him all along.
It was him. She whispers, my husband. Soldiers guide her to the royal chair right next to his throne. Her heart's pounding. Everyone in this massive hall is staring at her.
What an entrance.
Then the vizier makes the big announcement, loud voice echoing, oh, people of the court, His Majesty the King has made a grand decision. He has chosen his wife, a simple, truthful, kind-hearted, common girl, as the queen of this country from today.
Wow.
And His Majesty declares all his wealth and property will be hers.
The scale of it. It's immense.
She must have been overwhelmed, completely. Her heart feels like it stops. She's trembling, gets up, walks to the king, her husband, and just embraces him, tears pouring down her face.
And she asks him why. Right. Why the disguise?
She does, her voice shaping. You're a king. Why marry a poor girl like me? Why the disguise?
And his reason.
He holds her close, smiles gently, explains he wanted someone who'd love him for him, not his title or money. That's why I disguised myself, he says. And you accepted me as I was, with nothing. That's what I loved.
That's actually really moving.
It is. Tears of joy now. The simple girl becomes queen, all because of her patience, her truthfulness, her genuine heart. It really shows what he was looking for, authenticity.
A powerful payoff for choice. Okay, but what about the others? The middle sister in the leaking mud house.
Total opposite story unfolding there. Her husband comes in, can't even look her in the eye, just confesses. I'm not rich. There's no mansion being built. There's no property. I lied. I just said it all to support your dreams, but I'm tired. I'm just a poor man who wanted to see you happy.
Oh, man. Just like that, her whole world collapses.
Instantly shattered, like a physical blow, the reality hitting her, all those dreams built on nothing.
And the eldest sister. In the hut, waiting for her prince.
She finally confronts him, demands the truth, her voice probably raw with desperation.
And
She just laughs, a bitter laugh. King, prince, no, this hut, this is it. This is my reality. No treasure, no throne.
devastating.
She just collapses. Shock, tears, clutching her head, the grand dream she bet everything on, just cruel smoke and mirrors, the different outcomes based on their choices. They couldn't be clearer.
Absolutely stark. So let's talk about what this all means. What are the big takeaways here?
Well, what's truly fascinating is how the story itself lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? It directly links each sister's fate to the values or, the lack of them that drove their choices right at the start.
Like the eldest sister.
Her arrogance, chasing only external beauty and wealth, it led her straight to that tiny deceptive hut. Her pride and greed brought nothing but heartbreak and a life based on a lie.
And the middle sister, focused only on getting rich, ruling like a queen.
Yep. Those materialistic dreams just crashed and burned. Broken promises, deprivation. The mansion was never real, left her with nothing but harsh reality and shattered hopes.
But then the youngest sister, her journey is completely different.
It's truly remarkable, isn't it? Her simplicity, her good intentions, that incredible patience she showed, and importantly, no arrogance. That's what ultimately made her a queen. It literally brought honor, wealth, genuine love right to her.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
what's the timeless truth here?
I think this ancient tale really exposes something enduring. The values we live by, they often operate beneath the surface, don't they? And their real impact, their consequences, they only truly reveal themselves over time.
Like with the eldest totally blinded by the outward show.
Exactly. Or the middle sister, chasing that illusion of wealth. Their heartbreak really makes you think about the kinds of promises our own world makes, the ones based on glitter rather than substance.
This deep dive into the sister's fate really does make you wonder, doesn't it? In our own lives, when we're making choices day to day, are we truly looking beyond the surface? Are we prioritizing real substance over that superficial shine? Or are we maybe sometimes like the middle sister, just trying to convince ourselves that that a temporary illusion is going to turn into a permanent mansion?
It's a powerful question. This story, even though it's old, just perfectly illustrates that clash between outward appearances and inner virtue. It forces us to think about how often we, or people around us, go for the superficial stuff over genuine value.
And the long-term consequences of those choices.
Absolutely, the long-term implications.
So thinking about your own life, what palaces or huts are you building right now based on the values you're prioritizing? It's something to reflect on.
Definitely. And remember that final piece of wisdom from the story?
Ah, yes. The path of truth is never easy, but only the truthful are great. Powerful words to end on.